Hello, this is Myra Elaine on the Buying Space channel. Happy Sabbath. Today is the day I'm supposed to read Ruth Chapter 2 from the Torah book. And the print on the Torah book is too small. So since I'm in the Omar and I'm between Jewish holidays, I'm just going to read from the King James Version of the Bible because Ruth is in the Old Testament of the Bible and it's in Torah books or Tanakhs. So today I'm going to read from a King James Version of the Holy Bible in the Old Testament. And it's basically the same book that's in the Torah book. It just happens to be in Old English. So I'm going to go ahead and not quit and read Ruth chapter 2. And Naomi and a kinsman of her husband, a mighty man of wealth, of the family of Elimelech, and his name was Boaz. And Ruth the Moabite said unto Naomi, Let me now go to the field and glean ears of corn after him, in whose sight I shall find grace. And she said unto her, Go, my daughter. And she went and came and gleaned in the field after the reapers, and her hap was to light on a part of the field belonging to Boaz, who was of kinship or kindred of who was the kindred of Elimelech. And behold, Boaz came from Bethlehem and said unto the reapers, The Lord be with you. And they answered unto him, The Lord bless thee. Then said Boaz unto his servant that was set over the reaping, Whose damsel is this? And the servant that was set over the reapers answered and said, It is the Moabite damsel that came back with Naomi out of the country of Moab. And she said, I pray you, let me glean and gather after the reapers among the sheaves. So she came, and hath continued even from the morning until that she tarried a little in the house. Then said Boaz unto Ruth, Hearest thou not, my daughter? Go not to glean in another field, neither go from hence, but abide here fast by my maidens. Let thine eyes be on the field that they do reap, and go thou after them. I have not charged the young men that they shall not touch thee, and then thou art athirst, go unto the vessels and drink of that which the young men have drawn. So Boaz is putting Ruth under his protection. Then she fell on her face and bowed herself to the ground and said unto him, Why have I found grace in thine eyes, that thou shouldest take knowledge of me, seeing I am a stranger? And Boaz answered and said unto her, It hath fully been shown me all that thou hast done unto thy mother-in-law since the death of thine husband, and how thou hast left thy father and thy mother and the land of the nativity, and art come unto a people which thou knowest not hitherto. So Ruth was loyal to Naomi. After her husband died, she didn't have to remain loyal to Ruth or her household. She could have gone back to her own family. And Boaz recognized this sacrifice, that she would come to a strange land with her mother-in-law and continued to treat her as a mother, even though her husband had passed. The Lord recompense thy work, and full reward be given thee of the Lord God of Israel. Under those wings thou art come to trust. She also could have gone back to the pagan gods of the Moabites, but she did not return to the worship of Molech. She continued to worship Yahweh, the God of Israel. Then she said, Let me find favor in thy sight, my Lord, for thou hast comforted me, and for that thou hast spoken friendly unto thine handmaiden, though I be not like unto one of thine handmaidens. And Boaz said unto her, At mealtime come hither and eat of the bread, and dip thy morsel in the vinegar. And she sat beside the reapers, and he reached her parched corn, and she did eat, and was sufficed, and left. And when she was risen to the glean, Boaz commanded his young men, saying, Let her glean even among the sheaves, and reproach her not. Bringing in the sheaves. Remember that old church song? I'll try to put a link to in my hymn playlist of bringing in the sheaves, because this is so appropriate. And let fall also some of the handfuls of on purpose for her, and leave them, that she may glean them, and rebuke her not. So she gleaned in the field until even, and beat out what she had gleaned, and was about an ephah of barley. So this is the barley harvest. When we get to the Festival of Weeks, that's when they change from the barley harvest to the wheat harvest. But during Passover, during the Feast of Unleavened Bread, during First Fruits, that's the beginning of the barley harvest. And they're still in it because we're in the Omar. And she took it up and went into the city, and her mother-in-law saw what she had gleaned, and she brought forth and gave to her that she had reserved after she was sufficed. And her mother-in-law said unto her, Where hast thou gleaned today, and where wrougest thou? Blessed be he that did take knowledge of thee. And she showed her mother-in-law with whom she had wrought, and said, The man's name with whom I wrought today is Boaz. And Naomi said unto her daughter-in-law, Blessed be of the Lord, who hath not left off his kindness to the living and to the dead. And Naomi said to her, the man near of kin to us, one of our next kinsmen. Notice she says one of. And Ruth and the Moabite said, He said unto me also, Thou shalt keep fast by my young men until they have ended all my harvest. And Naomi said unto Ruth, her daughter-in-law, It is good, my daughter, that thou go out with his maidens, that they meet thee not to any other field. So she kept fast by the maidens of Boaz, to glean unto the end of the barley harvest and of the wheat harvest, and dwelt with her mother-in-law. So they're well on their way to restoration. They both were in Moab. They both lost their husbands. Naomi lost her husband and her 2 sons. And her other daughter-in-law decided to stay in Moab and return to pagan worship But Ruth stayed loyal to her. And they are going to reap what they sow. And they have sown well. And they're going to reap good rewards from both harvests. You all have, spoiler alert, but you all have a wonderful and blessed day.